So I just heard very deep in my spirit, let my people go. Now, why is that so appropriate for right now? Well, from June 10th through June 30th, and today, right now, is June 24th. Anyway, this time period is the reconciliation to land. And what the Lord was just speaking to me and showing me is that a lot of you are stuck because you're not on the right piece of land, and that you need to speak to the land where you're at, or maybe other lands where you've lived, other places where you've lived or even been or born or whatever, and tell the land to let you go into God's destiny for you. This is really super, super important because you have to be in the right place. And the right time and space and place equals your motion. And if you cannot move forward, a lot of times it's the land that is keeping you there and you don't even know it. And in Egypt, when Moses was saying that, he wasn't just saying that to Pharaoh. It was the land of Egypt was almost an entity. It worshiped death. The Israelites were forced to build monuments to death. It was a death culture. And when Moses was speaking that to Pharaoh, he was speaking it to the land too. Let my people go. And it was the land and all the things in the land that actually rebelled to where it just forced them out. It would behoove you, if you are not where you're wanting to be or where you think you're supposed to be in the Lord, you might need to speak to the land to tell it to let you go into God's place for you, into God's destiny for you, and any other places he might bring to mind. Also, I'm just going to throw this in here. If you have ever committed adultery, if sexual sins of any kind, or abortions, etc., you need, and I'm sure you hopefully ask God to forgive you for it, but ask the Lord to cleanse the land of those sins too, because a lot of times there's trauma bonds and fear bonds to the land where we committed sins, not to mention to the other person. So tell the land to release you. If you've sinned against the land by murder or sexual sin, you've got to ask the Lord to forgive you for that and ask him to cleanse that land by the blood of Jesus.